it came to the new CF variant of DAF's Euro 6 range, we wanted rural, and we got it literally. In a wonderful location that's about as heartland gets, we found a truck that appeared the perfect match for the application and all those around it. The level of intellectual property that resides in the operational offices of places like Rural Transport's Coorau Depot would mangle the brains of the average person. Textbooks on best practice are more than likely used as bases on the desktops to ensure your two computer monitors sit at the same height as each other. Like those on the final frontier above them, the Coorau crew's life is all about the reality of actual situations, juggling tasks, equipment and people against the backdrop of constantly changing and often extremely physical, behavioural and meteorological conditions. Like astronauts, the real selection process for people with the right stuff started years ago. And if there's one thing that the two disciplines do have in common, it's that old biblical chestnut: many are called, few are chosen. When it comes to transport operations, especially rural transport operations, many talk the talk, few can walk the walk. Sorting out how you're going to get 200 tonnes of dirt to a bin on an airstrip atop a hill that's truck-only access, move 1,200 hoggets from one farm to another 35 kilometres up the Waitaki, get 2 loads from the Te Akatarawa station to the Puketi meatworks, and 380 bales of Lassoon baleage from deep in the Haka Valley to a farm near Luggett, all between Tuesday lunchtime and Wednesday knockoff. It's all but a day's work for the likes of legendary Rex Taylor and his cohort Kent Rowland, humble achievers that with the absolute minimum of fuss just get on and get it done. The Coorau Depot, it's a gem, laughs director Mark Waring when we chatted to him at the Rural Transport's Ashburton headquarters. You never hear from them, they just sort it out and get stuff done. Rex has been there so long and he knows the business so well, it's just amazing. Then of course you need drivers of a similar ilk, preferably drivers with the same rural genealogy, ideally locals with their heart in the land. In the stock division, your ideal profile is essentially a shepherd who can drive. Not someone erratic and flighty, rather someone who's calm and who knows when animals are happy, stressed or just simply being naughty. Someone who knows the customers, knows farming, an ambassador not just for the brand on the door, but for the community that they're a part of, arriving on a farm sensibly rather than in a cloud of mayhem, noise and dust. You need a person who would likely find filming their own ego on a TikTok as repugnant as mistreating the animals in their keep. Someone just like Coorau-based driver Aaron Tate. The instant you turn up to Rural Transport's depot on Main Road Coorau, what you'll see is DAFs. There will be some in the yard awaiting orders, others will be out and around the region pretty much doing everything and anything, and others will be a lot further away on line haul duties. To the likes of Belfast and Christchurch, 274 kilometres to the north, or Lawnville, near Invercargill, 378 kilometres to the south. Rural Coorau is home to 9 DAFs and a fleet of 12, a mix of both Euro 5 CF85s and a few of the newer CF Euro 6s. 1.5 days in and around town was the plan, and exactly what was needed to test the offering from DAF. Loading up a full barge of critters just for a romp up the island to Christchurch would have revealed little in the way of clues as to where the Richie McCaw factor resided in the DAF's DNA. No, the answers we were searching for, they lay low in the hollows of the Waitaki and Hakataramia valleys and on the flanks of the Coorau and Kirkliston ranges, and we were certainly not disappointed. A great man once said, never write cheques with your mouth your ability can't cash. It's one of those sobering bits of advice that always serves as a wonderful caution before an overly ambitious act. There are no surprises for guessing the guy who said it was from Southland originally. That's just how the folk in the south of the country are. There's no fanfare or instant gratification in and around the yard at Rural Transport in Coorau. No one's interested in notoriety. No, these folks are interested in ensuring their farms and their keep get what they need in the way of transport services when they need it. They've been at it a long time, they live in the same community as their customers, drink at the same pub, their kids go to the same schools, they play the same sports teams, and on many occasions they'll be able to preempt what their farming clients want long before the phone rings with the request. So with this in mind, when it comes to equipment, they need a machine that is their equivalent. Low on flamboyance, high on capability, they need something versatile, reliable, simple to use, well supported and cost effective to run. The DAF CF is a machine that really screams look at me, yet it's seen in every corner of the nation doing all manner of work. So it's no real surprise it finds favour with companies down here. So far it's done a pretty good job of cashing its cheques and adding positively to the purchasers' reputations and balance sheets. The 530 Euro 6 version of this most humble machine looks like continuing the trend its forebears have established, retaining all elements that make it the appealing proposition it is. To get the full story and specifications on this new DAF CF 530 FAD 8x4 rigid Jackson Enterprises 5-axle trailer complete with total stock crates for rural transport of Kurau, then grab yourself a copy of the February 2022 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine on sale now. Have a great month out there, take care and travel safe.